Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Friday. We got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today. So be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop in it. Busy slate today. Starting with the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Miami Marlins. Phillies opening up as road favorites at -130. Marlins plus 115 with the over-under at 7.5. Phillies coming into this matchup 47-39. The Marlins 51-38. Pitching for the Phillies is Zach Wheeler with an ERA of 3.94. Pitching for the Marlins is Sandy Alcantara with an ERA of 5.02. Wheeler, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Alcantara, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 6 strikeouts. The Phillies on a 3-game winning streak, coming off 3 straight Tampa Bay wins, played very well in that series. Miami coming off a St. Louis loss. Phillies 10-0 on the road right now, 11-5 against Miami. They've been playing very well here. Pretty even pitching matchup. Both pitchers giving up a good bit of runs here. Yeah, I like the Phillies. They're hot right now, coming off that great Tampa series, and I think I'm going to roll with the Phillies on the road. Next matchup, we got the Atlanta Braves versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Tampa's opening up as home favorites at -110. The Braves plus 100 with the over-under at 8.5. Braves coming into this matchup 58-28. The Rays 57-33. Pitching for the Braves is Charlie Morton with an ERA of 3.57. Pitching for the Rays is Tyler Glasnow with an ERA of 4.50. Morton, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Glasnow, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 11 strikeouts. The Braves, coming off a Cleveland win. Rays, they're on a 5-game losing streak right now. Coming off a rough Philly series, not really playing too well right now. Morton coming off a 0-run game, Glasnow coming off a 3-run game here, and I think Braves are good underdogs today, and with the Rays struggling a bit, and I'll take Braves plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Detroit Tigers. Toronto opening up as road favorites at -140. Detroit plus 120 with the over-under at 9. Toronto coming into this matchup 48-40. Detroit 38-48. Pitching for Toronto is Alek Manoah with an ERA of 6.36. Pitching for the Tigers is Alex Faedo with an ERA of 5.54. Manoah, his last start, he pitched 1 inning. Actually, he pitched like half an inning, gave up 6 runs, had 0 strikeouts. Faedo, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Toronto on a 3-game winning streak, coming off a nice White Sox series. Detroit coming off an Oakland win. Toronto is 5-0 on the road, 4-1 against Detroit here. Both pitchers giving up a lot of runs here, so the over is probably a decent play here. And yeah, I think I'm going to take a shot with the Blue Jays on the road. Next matchup, we got the Chicago Cubs versus the New York Yankees. Yankees opening up as home favorites at -180. The Cubs plus 155 with the over-under at 8.5. Cubs coming into this matchup 40-46. The Yankees 48-40. Pitching for the Cubs is Jameson Taillon with an ERA of 6.79. Pitching for the Yankees is Carlos Rodon with an ERA of 0. Taillon, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Rodon making his first start of the season for the Yankees. Cubs coming off a Brewers loss. Yankees coming off back-to-back Baltimore losses here. The Cubs 0-7 against the Yankees, so they've struggled against the Yankees big time here. I think that's probably why they're big underdogs, but Tylen hasn't been the greatest on the mound, but we don't know how Rodon's going to look on with his first start. He's been a pretty solid pitcher, I'd say, his whole career. But, been rusty, been sitting for a while. So I still think there's good opportunity with Cubs plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Texas Rangers versus the Washington Nationals. Rangers opening up as road favorites at minus 180. The Nationals plus 160 with the over-under at 10. Rangers coming into this matchup 51-37. The Nationals 34-53. Pitching for the Rangers is Cody Bradford with an ERA of 4.98. Pitching for the Nationals is Trevor Williams with an ERA of 4.34. Bradford, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Williams, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 1 strikeout. The Rangers on a 2-game losing streak, coming off back-to-back Boston losses. Washington on a 4-game losing streak, coming off a horrible Red series for them there. Rangers are 5-2 against Washington. Bradford, both pitchers coming off 3-run games here, but I think I'm going to roll with the Rangers on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Cleveland Guardians versus the Kansas City Royals. Guardians opening up as home favorites at minus 180. The Royals plus 165 with the over-under at 8.5. Royals coming into this matchup 25-63. The Guardians 43-44. Pitching for the Royals is Daniel Lynch with an ERA of 4.14. Pitching for the Guardians is Aaron Savale with an ERA of 2.96. Lynch, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Savale, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 2 strikeouts. The Royals on a 4-game losing streak right now, losing to Cleveland yesterday 6-1. Cleveland coming off a nice win yesterday. The Royals 0-5 on the road, 1-5 on the road against Cleveland here. Savale has definitely been the better pitcher of the two, and I'm going to take the Guardians at home. Next matchup, we got the Oakland Athletics versus the Boston Red Sox. Boston opening up as big home favorites at minus 250. Oakland plus 200 with the over-under at 10.5. Pitching for Oakland is Luis Medina with an ERA of 6.37. Currently, let me look. Boston's pitching, it says it's TBD. Let me check live here. See who Boston has pitching for today. Boston, it looks like they got Brennan Bernardino, hard name to pronounce there. He's got an ERA of 2.70. His last start, he pitched 1 inning. All right, he's only been pitching 1 inning. So getting a start here, giving up about a run a game, really. So not too much action for Bernardino. Medina hasn't really been that good on the mound for Oakland this year. Oakland coming off a 9-0 loss against Detroit. Boston coming off back-to-back Rangers wins here. And I still like Boston playing well. And I'm going to take the Red Sox at home here. Next matchup, we got the Seattle Mariners versus the Houston Astros. Both teams in a pick'em scenario at minus 110 with the over-under at 7.5. Seattle coming into this matchup 43-43. The Astros 49-39. Pitching for Seattle is Luis Castillo with an ERA of 3.14. Pitching for the Astros is Hunter Brown with an ERA of 3.76. Castillo, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Brown, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Seattle beating Houston yesterday 5-1. Even though they've struggled against Houston here, Houston just didn't really look good yesterday. Seattle played very well. Both pitchers giving up a good bit of runs here, and yeah, in a pick'em scenario, kind of tough here. But I like what I saw from Seattle, and I think I'm gonna take the Mariners on the road in a pick'em. Next matchup, we got the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Chicago White Sox. Cardinals opening up as road favorites at -110. The White Sox +100 with the over/under at 8.5. Cardinals coming into this matchup 36-51. The White Sox 37-52. Pitching for the Cardinals is Jordan Montgomery with an ERA of 3.28. Pitching for the White Sox is Dylan Cease with an ERA of 4.10. Montgomery, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Cease, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 5 strikeouts. St. Louis, coming off a Miami win. White Sox coming off 3 straight Toronto losses. St. Louis is 8-4 against the White Sox here. Montgomery, been pretty good on the mound. He's only given up 2 runs in his last 3 starts. Cease hasn't been horrible, but yeah, I think I'm going to roll with the Cardinals on the road. Next matchup, we got the Cincinnati Reds versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers opening up as home favorites at -120. The Reds +110 with the over/under at 8. Reds coming into this matchup 49-39. The Brewers 47-41. Pitching for the Reds is Andrew Abbott with an ERA of 1.21. Pitching for the Brewers is Corbin Burns with an ERA of 4.0. Abbott, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, 12 strikeouts. Burns, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Cincinnati, on a 5-game losing streak right now. 5-game winning streak, coming off a great Washington sweep. Brewers coming off a Cubs win. Cincinnati 6-0 on the road. I mean, they're playing great baseball right now. And, Abbott's been good on the mound. Yeah, I'm going to take Reds +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Baltimore Orioles versus the Minnesota Twins. Twins opening up as home favorites at -160. Baltimore +130 with the over/under at 8.5. Baltimore coming into this matchup 51-35. The Twins 45-43. Pitching for the Orioles is Cole Irvin with an ERA of 6.32. Pitching for the Twins is Bailey Ober with an ERA of 2.70. Irvin, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 1 strikeout. Ober, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Baltimore on a 2-game winning streak right now. Minnesota on a 3-game winning streak. Minnesota, both teams playing about the same here. Baltimore has struggled against the Twins. They're 1-12 on the road against the Twins here. Something to definitely keep in mind. Irvin, he's been coming off 2 just 1-run games. Hasn't been horrible. Ober coming off a 0-run game here. I like the Twins at home. Just the Orioles, they've really struggled on the road. Haven't won in a long time in Minnesota. And I'm going to take the Twins at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Arizona opening up as home favorites at -200. The Pirates +180 with the over/under at 8.5. Pirates coming into this matchup 40-47. Arizona 50-38. Pitching for the Pirates is Rich Hill with an ERA of 4.60. Pitching for Arizona is Zach Gallen with an ERA of 3.15. Hill, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Gallen, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 12 strikeouts. Pirates on a 2-game losing streak, coming off back-to-back LA losses. Arizona on a 4-game losing streak. They struggled in that Mets series. Pittsburgh is just 1-7 on the road against Arizona, so I think it's a good spot for Arizona to bounce back here after a horrible series they just had, and I'm going to take the Diamondbacks at home. Next matchup, we've got the New York Mets versus the San Diego Padres. Padres opening up as home favorites at -130. The Mets +115 with the over-under at 8. Mets coming into this matchup 41-46. The Padres 41-46. Pitching for the Mets is Justin Verlander with an ERA of 3.66. Pitching for the Padres is Yu Darvish with an ERA of 4.84. Verlander, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Darvish, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 6 strikeouts. The Mets on a 5-game winning streak. They're hot right now, coming off an Arizona sweep. Padres coming off an Angels sweep. Mets are hot right now. Probably the first time in this whole season they've been hot. Verlander coming off back-to-back 0-run games here. Darvish really has been bad on the mound here. He's given up 14 runs in his last 3 starts here, and I think Mets are a good underdog, and I'll take Mets +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Angels versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers opening up as home favorites at -175. The Angels +160 with the over-under at 9. Angels coming into this matchup 45-44. The Dodgers 49-38. Pitching for the Angels is Griffin Canning with an ERA of 4.29. Pitching for the Dodgers is Tony Gonsolin with an ERA of 3.69. Canning, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Gonsolin, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Angels on a 3-game losing streak. Dodgers coming off back-to-back Pirates wins. Angels 0-8 against the Dodgers. They have not been able to beat the Dodgers here. Both pitchers giving up a good bit of runs here, and I still think I'm going to roll with the Dodgers at home. And then the last matchup, we got the Colorado Rockies versus the San Francisco Giants. And looking at the line, I'm not seeing any line for this game. Let me check live. I hate when the lines aren't available. But yeah, we'll see if we can get any lines here. I do have pitching information if there is no lines. Let's see. We've got... Okay, we do have some lines. Had to really search for them. But Giants are opening up as home favorites at -165. The Rockies +140 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Rockies is Austin Gomber with an ERA of 6.64. Pitching for the Giants is Ross Stripling with an ERA of 6.51. Gomber, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Stripling, his last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Colorado on a 4-game losing streak right now. Giants coming off a Seattle win. Colorado 0-10 on the road, 0-10 against the Giants here, where they've really struggled. Gomber hasn't been very good on the mound. Stripling coming off a 0-run game, and I think I'm going to roll with the Giants at home. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Friday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Saturday. Have a good one.